I'm hearing more and more on the comments and on social media, people trying to doubt and to, maybe get a little bit fatigued. I don't know, because I see this question coming on and on again. Can the hedges drag this and the squeeze take multiple years to actually happen? Or can the hedges kick the can down the road in order for this to really take place 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025? Can they really do that so that the squeeze can happen like, in 3 years or 5 years? Well, folks, straightforward, and I'm totally being honest here, like in all my videos. The answer is yes and no. More of a no question, but technically yes. Let me explain. Let me explain. It's gonna be easier when I break it down for you. First of all, it costs money to sit on a short position. Why? Because in order to short a stock, it doesn't matter whether it's AMC or something else, you need to borrow the shares. All right? And when you borrow the shares, you pay a fee borrow rate. You pay a rate in order to borrow those shares because those shares don't belong to you. And whenever your position is settled, you have to return those shares, except if the company went bankrupt, which is not the case for AMC. So to kind of go back in time, when they started shorting this, they really bet that it's going to go to zero, that the company worth was nil, like it was the case for Toys R Us, for Sears, for a lot of other companies. All right, we covered that a couple of videos ago. Well, the thing is, since then, AMC not only thrived, even though at a point it went down like 190, and I thought like, whoa, is it gonna really, be the end of movie theaters? Of course no. It went back up mainly and hugely because of the apes, the new breed into the market, bringing that up to 24, 72, and now we're sitting at 43. But there are very high chances that we get to triple digits, causing something there, and we go to the space. Now, not only they're already losing a ton of money on those borrowed shares, which by the way, let me remind you, they created synthetics in a matter of billions. And nobody knows exactly how much it is, but we know it's billions, seeing what is taking place in dark pools and seeing the price action. But they cannot possibly keep it going indefinitely, even for another year. That's what I think. Why? Because it costs not only money on the borrow period, and I don't care how rich you are, but more importantly, this is money they have, which is, they manage for their clients. So when you see on the website of Citadel, asset under management, AUM, $35 billion. Well, Kenny Boy is not worth $35 billion. The company he created and manages is sitting on $35 billion that high net worth clients and other corporations gave them to manage. So it's not technically his money. He's getting paid a fee like any other financial advisor or any other investment firm out there. So when those clients come up and say, okay, well, let's do a recap. You've been in this play for how long now? 8, 9 months. And so far, where are we? Where do we stand? What's the status? And they realize, which I think they already did, we're losing 50, 80, 90, 100%. Because remember, they could have covered this at 5. They could have covered it as 5. But greed and corruption and manipulation and whatever everyone put there brought them to think they were still. So they will probably answer the clients like, but it will go back to 10. It will go back to 5. No, sorry, I don't see that happening. Why? Because we have other institutions, even though that may be hurting us on the lending part of things, but that's a different story. But we also have a lot more apes joining this every single day, every single week, every single month. So the likelihood for the stock price on the 43 right now to go back to 5 or even 4, it's pretty much non-existent. But what is the likelihood of the stock going back to 70 and going back to 100? And at that point, these clients will be like, man, Kenny, you need to do something here. I cannot let you manage my money any longer if we are still losing a ton of money. That wasn't the plan. That wasn't the goal. I came to you instead of going to Bank of America, instead of going to my, local money manager. Why? Because I knew you had reputation on making big bucks in short amount of time. So it's been taking too long. And anytime I look at the price, I see 100, I see 120, I see 125. And when it gets to 130 and 140, what do you think they're going to expect? What do you think they're going to react? How do you think they're going to react? They're going to say, man, either you do something or I'm pulling. So instead of kind of jeopardizing the whole company on a single play, actually not a single play, AMC and GameStop, do you think they're going to let few plays like this, where we've been diamond handlings, diamond holding, just because they want to save the face? No, of course no, because it's about money, all right? And maybe reputation as well. So that's why for me, it's, technically they can try to drag it, but it's not their own money. It's the money of other high net worth clients they manage. And because of that, plus the huge interest they pay, at some point they will have to, it will take a phone call. Like someone will pick up the phone and say, man, we have to end this now. Like, stop it. We get out. We out. And that's where we rip. So that's it, folks. You just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. Otherwise, it's your money, not financial advice. Just my 2 cents.